Is this guitar the wave of the future? Hey everybody, Jace Allen here. Welcome back to the channel. So a little while ago, Steve Cassidy did a review on this really neat looking carbon fiber guitar. If you haven't checked out Steve's channel, do so. He is hilarious. He's a great guitar player too. He's got a great channel, so check that out. So he did this review, and lo and behold, I don't know, a couple weeks later, I got an email from the folks over at Enya Guitars, who manufacture this particular guitar, called the Go Sonic. And it's a carbon fiber guitar with built-in electronics, built-in little amp speaker, and then it pairs with an app. So we'll check that out too. So when they first sent me the email, I wasn't sure I really wanted to review this guitar because it's a carbon fiber guitar. I've never really been into carbon fiber guitars or synthetic guitars like the Ovation guitars, the acoustic guitar with sort of that molded plastic back. Just never been a fan of that style guitar. I really like just traditional guitars. I mean, the Fender Stratocaster and the Gibson Les Pauls, I mean, these are guitars that have been around for, 70 years. I'm pretty traditional when it comes to guitars. I like, regular guitars, standard traditional style guitars. And so when they sent me this email, I was like, I don't know if I want to review this guitar, even though they said they'd send it to me in exchange for my review. But then I got to thinking about it, and I thought, well, this was probably a good practice tool. And I thought, being that it's carbon fiber, it might make a good guitar to travel with. It's going to be very durable. It's going to survive different environments. Let's check this thing out and see what it's all about. Okay, so here it is. This box here came in a bigger box. You could have probably fit 2 of these boxes in that box. So I'm not sure what that's all about, but anyway, it arrived, looks like safe and sound, so let's check this thing out. So packaged really well. Oh, it comes with a case. Wrapped in plastic, but it's inside the gig bag. Wow, this is a nice gig bag. So there you go. That's a nice gig bag. Good zippers on it. Okay, let's see. So strap on the back, nice chunky handle. All right, so padded good. It's got the neck rest on it and wrapped inside also. So packaged really well. I got this in matte black. Wow, it's sharp looking guitar. Okay, oh, that is nice looking. A little quality control thing here, tells you what the setup is like on it, and then this is your app, your QR code for downloading the app on this little tag here. And then inside it came with some instructions, it looks like. A musician app for lessons, user manual, USB-C cable. It's got the rotary style truss rod adjustment. That's what this tool is for here. I mean, the neck is beautiful on it. It's a very unusual. It's got a little bit of weight to it. I thought it'd be lighter, like maybe have some neck dive. We'll put it on a strap here and see what that's like. It's very, very nice looking guitar. I wonder what the neck is made out of, if that's wood or if that's also carbon fiber. It's a solid piece. There's no seam here. It's got a real nice neck transition. It looks like the neck is this is a solid piece of material. The neck, there's no seams or anything here. And I think the fretboard is probably that rich light or whatever they call it. And then the nut is molded in too, so that's interesting. If you ever need to replace the nut, that could cause some issue. So hopefully everything's set up right, but it does have a 0 fret on it, so that's probably cool. And these are stainless frets. There's no sharp fret ends whatsoever. These are Alnico pickups. It's got a 2-pneumatic style bridge on it. Oh, and then there must be a little gasket here that covers where the strings go in. So there's string through the body. Interesting, there's no fret dots on the front. That's kind of interesting. It does have the dots on the sides, so you still get that. Those are like a recessed dot. That's kind of interesting too. I mean, there's some really neat design elements to it. It's got a little inlay of their logo there. The matte black is cool. Strap buttons, like I said, we'll throw it on a strap. Nice headstock, actually. I think the headstock's kind of cool. It's not terrible. It's kind of sharp. Branded tuners. The tuners seem pretty good. Those feel pretty good. These are Alnico pickups, if I did not mention that. Okay, so let me pull up the specs. There's some features and stuff they want me to touch on. So let me make sure I'm covering all that, and then I'll read up on how to do the app so that I can demo that for you too, and we'll see how it sounds. All right, so this is the Go Sonic. This is their website, Enya Music Global, and this is the model I have here. Go Sonic retails for $439.99. This is the one with the built-in speaker, 10-watt speaker. So it's a one-piece modern Les Paul style body. And that, like I said, it's carbon fiber, and it all appears to be one piece. Matte finish. The neck profile is 22 frets. These are medium-high frets. They feel pretty good. They're not the super tall ones. I like these. The radius is R300. I got to assume that that's millimeters. So let's check out millimeters to inches. So a 12-inch fretboard radius. The scale length is 24 3/4 inches, and the nut width is 42 millimeters, which is the 1.65 inch. So it's a little narrow. It's not quite as wide as an actual Les Paul, but it has the same scale length. And then, like I said, it's got the little wheel truss rod adjustment in there. Neck is super straight, so you shouldn't have to adjust it. I did have to tweak the intonation just a little bit, you know, but you never know. It could be the guitar settling or whatever. And then it says that the neck is asymmetrical. So yeah, I'm not sure what that means. Electronics, like I said, 2 Alnico. So we got an Alnico 2 pickup in the neck, an Alnico 5 pickup in the bridge. It has a 10-watt speaker, and there's some onboard presets. We'll talk about that in a minute. It's got 1 volume knob, so if you're plugging into an amp, there's 1 volume, there's no tone. I don't know if you access the tone through the app. We'll find that out too. USB-C out to your computer, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack, 1/4 inch instrument jack. It's got an onboard battery. You charge it with the USB cable. It takes 2 hours to charge the battery, and you can use it for 10 hours. So that's pretty nice. Zinc alloy 2-pneumatic bridge. Came with number 10 strings. Strings on it seem pretty nice. 1-year warranty, 30-day return policy, and they're shipped from different places all over the world. So first, let's try out how it sounds just plugged into, say, an amp. So you can plug in, you've got your 1/4 inch jack on the back here, and then your headphone jack, 3.5 millimeter headphone jack is also there, and then that's where your USB-C goes. So then, like I said, then this is your volume knob. Oh, it might have a coil tap too. Yes, it does. It has a coil tap. So you can turn the humbucker, probably the, I don't know if it's both humbuckers or just the toggle and neck pickup. So you're turning the neck pickup into a single coil. So that's kind of interesting. All right, so we'll play around with that. So let's get some tones here. It's nice, it plays good. So let's pull that single, or that coil split. It's not really making a huge impact on the tone. So yeah, I'm not sure about that. Pretty cool. Sounds good. Let me put it on a strap real quick so we can see how that works. Not bad, not bad. It's actually weighted pretty nice. So that's cool. Okay, so that is pretty much the same as any other guitar, but where this guitar sort of shines and where it kind of deviates from a typical guitar is the onboard amp, the onboard speaker, and then the app that comes with it. So let's kind of dive into that real quick. Okay, so I've got the condenser mic set up just a little ways from the little speaker here. Like I said, this is a 10-watt speaker. So you basically, this button here, you press it and hold it, and then there's an LED ring around. It's kind of hard to see with the bright light on, but right now it's green, and the color tells you what preset you're on. Green is clean, so right now it's on clean. Then blue would be overdrive, cyan is crunch, and purple is lead. And then there's some effects and everything in it too, but we'll, like I said, we'll mess around with the app because I'm assuming that's how you adjust everything. Okay, so, and you control your, I believe, your speaker. So that's the speaker. Let me make sure I'm getting this recorded. Oh. So that's the speaker. Of course, I'm out of tune again. Okay. It sounds surprisingly good for being such a small speaker. And so that was blue. What was that again? That was blue is overdrive, cyan is crunch. And then finally the purple is lead. It's pretty cool. Let's see what else. And then it goes, okay, and then it goes back to green. So there's four presets. And it says the clean overdriven presets offer a vintage vibe reminiscent of small tweed amps, while the crunch and lead presets lean towards a British inspired tone. What's more, each preset is fully customizable using the app, allowing you to add effects like EQ, delay, reverb, compression, and modulation. The 4 presets can be amplified through the onboard speaker for convenience practice sessions or plugged into an amp PA for live performances. It's like having an effects processor built right into the guitar. So that makes me curious. If you run the onboard amp and you plug it in with the 1/4 inch, does it transfer the tones through the 1/4 inch? Which that's kind of what it's making it sound like. So let's check that out. Yeah, it does it. So yeah, it runs the, so when you have the guitar turned on, the amp effects run through the output. So you can, like if you're running, you'd probably want to go DA, you wouldn't necessarily want to run it into an amp, you'd want to run it into a PA or a powered speaker or something, but that's pretty cool. So your amp effects and everything are on board, and you can just run the sound out. That's kind of neat. That's pretty cool. Okay, so what else? The app. So let's see if we can figure this app out real quick. Let me make sure I'm covering everything that they asked me to talk about. Onboard speaker, we talked about that. Sound quality, which is really, really surprisingly good for a little 10-watt speaker. It's not really super loud, so it's bedroom volume if you're playing, with the TV on or other music on, you probably won't be able to hear it as good, but you can use headphones also. So, and like I said, you press that button, hold the button to turn the guitar off. So now it's off, and now the sound coming out of here is without any effects. So then that way you can use your own amp or your own amp effects. And then, okay, so now you can pair it with your phone to go Bluetooth. So let's figure this app out. That'll be fun. So I've got the app downloaded onto my phone. And of course it wants you to sign in, but whatever. So you just have to sign up and then it sends you a confirmation email. There it is. Okay, so now, so you connect. Searching. Okay, so you got to turn the guitar on, obviously. Hold that button in again, then it comes on, and you'll know because the LED ring turns on, and then it'll ask you to turn on Bluetooth. Okay, so it found the guitar. Okay, so these are the presets, the 4 different light. The 4 different colors of the LEDs. So let's go to overdrive, and then there's presets you can select for it, obviously. And then here's a mixer. So your guitar volume, OTG volume, I'm not sure what that is. Bluetooth volume, speaker volume, monitor volume. Factory reset, firmware update, auto shutdown. That's kind of cool. Okay. And so then standing, this is the preset that's assigned to that. And then you can do Texas, Whisper, or Tower, and you can edit. There you go. So there's how you edit it. And then it brings up the amp. And you can select different amps. Deluxe clean or 100 distortion. So just a couple amps, not a ton. Then you got equalizer, chorus, noise reduction, which is always helpful. But this guitar didn't seem like it had any noise in it. Delay. So let's see if we can get this chorus to work. Okay, you drag it down, swipe down to get to turn. Yeah, or swipe up. There's noise reduction. That's cool. Delay. Cool. All right, and then we can save that back. All right, so there. Cool, and then the mixer, I'm not sure what this OTG volume is. I guess I have to look that up. So yeah, really cool. And you can use this as a Bluetooth speaker as well. What you need to do is obviously the guitar needs to be on, and then you double tap this button here, and then in your phone under Bluetooth devices you want to look for the Enya guitar that says audio, and then you can play audio through here, and it actually comes out of the output too, and I'm assuming the 3.5 millimeter output, so you can play along to like a backing track. So that's what I've done here. I've got it going through the 1/4 inch output. So if you were playing through a PA or something, you could actually have a backing track. So what I've got is one of my songs, so I don't get a copyright strike here, and so you can hear it. You can adjust the volume on your phone.
When you wake up
So
in
yeah,
the morning
so that's cool.
and drag yourself out of bed.
Okay, so now what I would like to do is go over the, so you can supposedly use this to record through USB. So it comes with a USB-C to USB-A, I think that is, just the regular old USB. Okay, so you plug it in. There it is. So under AISO for all. There it is. So it's coming back, looping back through. So that's kind of weird. There you go. I turned monitoring off because you're monitoring. So there you go. So now it's it's going through the audio as an audio interface. So you can record direct with a USB without a 1/4 inch. I'm out of tune again, but anyway, so that's pretty neat. So yeah, I'm pretty blown away by how much this thing can do. So my final thoughts on this guitar. First of all, the build quality is awesome. It feels really good. It's weighted good. It feels good on a strap. It doesn't feel like a carbon fiber guitar. It doesn't, it's got some weight to it, which is nice. All the hardware on it is pretty darn good. The tuning keys feel good. The Tune-o-matic bridge is nice, and the pickups sound really good. For just a plain guitar, it's pretty nice, and it sounds really good. Nice round ball end frets on it. I think they're stainless. But the thing that really sets it apart, that really makes it a unique and useful guitar, is the onboard stuff. The speaker, that they might want to eventually improve on, maybe make it a little bit bigger, maybe try to get a 15 or a 20 watt in there, because if you're in a noisy environment, this isn't going to do it. But just using it as a bedroom practice speaker, perfectly fine. I think outdoors it might be a little quiet. I bet if you sat outdoors and played it, it would be pretty quiet. So that would be one thing that they could do, is make it a little bit louder. But then again, you can, it's got a 3.5 millimeter headphone jack on it, so you can put a pair of headphones on. Actually, let's look at that real quick. Let me see how the volume is on the headphones. Yeah, see, the volume's pretty soft. It could be louder. You're supposed to be able to adjust the volume, but I think I have it maxed out. So yeah, I have the headphone volume and everything maxed out, and it's pretty quiet. Well, it depends on the preset you're on too. That's pretty loud, but I've got it maxed out and it's not uncomfortable. So they could have made the volume adjust. That could be even a firmware update, probably, where they could increase the volume a little bit. But if it had a little bit bigger speaker in it, but then the fact that you can run it 1/4 inch into a speaker or an amp or an audio interface. But yeah, so that's kind of one of the minor limitations of it. If you're going into a speaker or an amp or something like that, then you're obviously going to get enough volume. But for personal practice with headphones or the built-in speaker, it could be a little bit louder, especially for old guys like me that are hard hearing. So, but other than that, I mean, the onboard effects sound pretty good. The app is a little basic, but again, that could be something that they could work on. Maybe make it a little bit easier to use, and maybe even have an app for, PCs or whatever, because that, then you can see the screen better and maybe customize things more like the Tonex. So, but it's not a deal breaker. It's just something that maybe they could work on a little bit. Man, yeah. So, I mean, for a practice tool, I think it's pretty nice. I'll be able to sit down, and it's got a built-in battery, so and it charges, I believe, probably through the USB, and so you don't have any batteries. It's completely self-contained. Throw a pair of headphones in your gig bag, and you can take it anywhere and practice with it. So it's pretty awesome. And if you forget your headphones, then you've got a speaker there. So yeah, pretty amazing. I'm pretty impressed, actually. I didn't know what to expect with it. I thought, oh, it's going to be like plastic. It's just a cheap plastic guitar, but it's not. It's actually pretty cool. And it's got good hardware. That's another thing that I'm impressed with, is the fact that it's got good hardware. I mean, it feels like a guitar. It doesn't feel cheap or anything. So yeah, pretty interesting. So yeah, that's the Enya Sonic Go. Pretty cool guitar. I'd say it's definitely worth the price. I think it was less than 500. Yeah, so the black and white ones are basically 440, 439.99, and then the ones in the wild colors are 489.99. I like the black. It's pretty cool, matte black. They've got some in some wild faded colors. But yeah, so if you're interested in something out of the ordinary, this is definitely it. So thanks again for tuning in, everybody. I'm Jay Allen. This is Jay Allen Guitar. We'll see you next time.